Oh, I never pulled up my music. I'm so good at streaming. Wow. I am a god among men. Definitely have been doing this for almost a year. That's why I'm so good at it. I'm ashamed of myself. I also have to fix my lighting. I'm really a mess today, you know? It just be like that. And cool white. That's so bright. There we go. I'm no longer getting flashbanged. Alright. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I am wearing my work uniform. It's already been an interesting day. Ugh. But yeah, we're playing some Minecraft. You know, we're playing some Minecraft. Yeah, playing some Minecraft. Some Minecraft. So the thing is, yeah, hi Jonas. So I had a shift that started at 11 a.m. and the thing is, at 5 a.m. I realized, oh no, I'm still awake and I have a shift starting in 6 hours. So in my head I was like, you know what's a really good idea? I just won't sleep. Yeah, to say the least, I was an hour late for my shift because I passed out at like 9. So I'm running off of 2 hours of sleep. What's funny is, one of the things I did to keep myself awake was I started doing workouts. So first off, I was watching a lot of anime, and every episode is about 24 minutes long. So what I was doing was I was doing a push-up for every minute, but I wasn't sitting there and like I wasn't doing like, all right, that's my one for the next 60 seconds. What I would do is like about halfway through the episode, I was like, I guess I'll do my, episode worth of push-ups, and I do, bust out 24 of them, and I did that for every episode I watched. I only did like 120 something push-ups this morning. But then I was like, this is a pretty good warm-up. Why don't I just do a real workout? So right around the time when my parents and my siblings were waking up for school, I was in the garage doing like dumbbell workouts. And my dad actually opened the garage door and was like, "Hey, do you want me to move the car out? Because we have a 2-car garage, but we like never use one half of it. The other half is like full of junk, including like a weight bench. So I was standing next to the weight bench, doing like curls or whatever. And our car's in there, so obviously I don't have a massive amount of space to work with. But I was like, nah, that's fine. I'm not gonna be moving that much." Yeah, that was fun. I made it to my work shift a little late, just a bit. Luckily, because it's a morning shift, they weren't super angry. Because the thing is, there's obviously in the morning, I work at a place that makes wings and pizza. No one at 11 a.m. goes, "You know what really smack right now? A large New York style pepperoni pizza." Like, and if you're wondering, yes, this whole stream is fueled by eggnog. But yeah, the funny thing is, like, my job there is I work as a float. All I do is I move food from point A to point B. So my job is I stand at the expo window. The expo is basically where we probably have our largest logistics issue, and it's where we're trying to like basically match tickets, the tables, stuff like that. And I only say it's a logistics issue because the thing is, it is kind of like a complicated system. Like, it's not super easy to just go, oh, this is an easy fix for it. So because of that, we have a bit of a logistics problem. But basically my job is to stand at the expo window and go, you have pizza? I take pizza. Yeah, it's actually pretty simple though. my job's really easy. It's just like, I don't know. I think you really learn how much you work whenever you do it, like when you're half unconscious. Because today was one of the first days I was able to like look and be like, I know what table number that is. Because we have it split up into sections. I guess technically 7 sections, but there's 4 main sections. There's A, B, C, D. And we have E and F for the bar, and then we have P for perimeter, because we have tables that go around the perimeter of it that don't really fit into a specific section. I don't know what I'm doing. I've just been moving for the last, like, what, we've been live for 5 minutes? I've just been moving myself around. Oh no. Yeah, in between this stream and the last stream we did, I haven't done anything. It is still day 477. So it's close to the exact same day that we left off on. I don't really know what to do. What do y'all, like, does everyone have any ideas what to do? Because if not, I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm thinking of something. I was thinking about looking for, like, scouting out project sites. So there's a handful of different things we're gonna do, because for one, we're gonna have to go, I mean, you know what we could do? We could get the subspace bubble achievement today. Yeah, I'm gonna pull something up on my list. I think I've mentioned this before, but sometimes I forget to do it. I like to pull up the YouTube studio as well as the Streamlabs studio so that I can really understand what's happening, because the thing is, YouTube studio will censor certain things, but I won't see it in Streamlabs. So if I want to let someone say something, sometimes, like, because if you say something like "you're an idiot," YouTube thinks you're insulting me, and it, like, naturally will censor it. Because it doesn't think that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, but if I want something to be seen, I have to go to YouTube Studio, press, like, show instead of hide, and then it's all good. And I need to remember to do that sometimes. Yeah. Why is Streamlabs so... What is with it today? Well, let me just say, I thought about, like, pushing through it because I pulled an all-nighter. So I thought about sitting down and just like editing through it, being like, oh, I'm tired, that's too bad, I'll just do some editing instead. But the thing is, like, editing is really boring. So I didn't do any. So to be more specific, whenever you edit something, you first have to put it into a timeline, which basically just means I put the clips in order. And I started applying, like, things that we learned about how to take notes to editing. So one of the biggest things you're always told about taking notes is you read or skim through the chapter first, like the entirety of it, and then you go through and take notes, because you can take more concise and, like, you know, effective notes, because, like, you realize what you do and don't have to write to get the point across for the chapter. So I put the timeline together, and then I watched the entire thing, which is a little over an hour or so of footage. So yeah, I haven't done anything crazy yet. I was looking through, like, blur mechanics and stuff like that, so I think I got it for the most part figured out. I think if I sit down and, like, kind of force myself to go through it, I could probably finish the editing process in less than 2 hours. But then again, I don't know what good and bad editing really is. Like, I've seen good editing, but I don't know, like, I don't know their process of going, this is how I edit, which is something I kind of need. Because like there are times when the YouTubers, they'll do that thing where they show like a clip while it's still in the editing software, and you're like, it's so complicated. It's even more complicated once you've started editing, because then you truly understand like that there's so much extra they put into it. What I will say is it is not my favorite footage to edit it, because like for me, I have my soundtracks separated, so that means I can control how loud my voice versus the game volume is after the fact. I also have my camera and my gameplay separated, meaning I can control where my camera goes. So during a stream, I don't have that. I can move my camera during a stream, but afterwards, I can't. So like if I were to take this stream and try to edit it after the fact, it wouldn't do anything, because I would have to like, yeah. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah. It does take more space because I do it that way. But the advantage is I can kind of play around with it more. With the footage I got for that, it's like all compiled, which means it's very, very easy when it comes to storage. But it's a little bit harder when I want to do certain things with editing. Like there are parts where I wish I could like completely mute some of our commentary because we can hear it in the background. So you can hear the gameplay better. And then there's other times that I want to like cut out some of the gameplay audio without, like, I want to so again, one of the things I can do after recording something with the way I record stuff is I can boost my voice. So if I'm like whispering at some point for some reason but no one can hear me, I can boost it and I can make it louder. Whenever the audio files are mixed together, I can make it louder, but it would make the game volume louder as well. So yeah. Anyways, on to the point of today's stream. What we're gonna do, besides having fun, is we're going to look for places to build projects. So we already have a couple ideas for projects. Like for one, we do plan on having a like at least 2 ocean monument builds. We're gonna have one that's gonna be more of a decoration thing, and then we're gonna have another that's more of an actual just like farm. Yeah. So we could look for specific ocean monuments that we want. I know there's a bastion fortress that I know the location of that I kind of want to scout out a bit more. I don't know. We could look through the bastion fortress, but at the same time, like, and this is something I think most people should do if you ever do live streaming, especially with hardcore. There's some days when like you can tell you're tired, or you can tell that you're not as like sharp as you normally are. So I'll purposely not do anything dangerous on hardcore streams if I'm like really tired or I'm out of it. So like right now, I don't know if it's a super good idea for me to go to a bastion fortress. Hey Keegan, welcome to the stream, bro. Because I am pretty tired. I think right now I'm like mentally there enough for me to do a bastion fortress raid. But at the same time, like, it's not the great idea. Yeah. It's already dark. Well, yeah, that's kind of the plan. I think we'll probably just scout out some areas, because I know there's a handful of different things we have on that little board that we made downstairs in the old base. We have a little board of like things we're gonna do at some point. That includes a nether highway, which we're gonna be doing a slightly different nether highway than what you're used to seeing. Normal nether highways are generally through the main part of the nether. There we go. But the thing is, like, it'd be easier for us to get on top of the nether, you know, get on the roof of the nether, and then make like a path to fly along with our elytra. because that would be a little bit more efficient. Yeah. Anyways, this is kind of our to-do list at some point. So yeah, there's another highway I was talking about. At some point, we're gonna build like 3 more creeper farmers right over there where the other one is, and we're gonna make each one of those creeper farms into like the leg or a foot of a creeper. So we're gonna have a big creeper statue right out there. We're gonna have a big tower. I don't know whose ideas was that, but you know, we're gonna transform the end, but we're gonna do that after we kill the enderdragon a bunch of times, because I don't want it to mess up any buildings. This is a pretty easy one we can do later. Yeah, so we have the Subnautica Ocean Monument thing. The idea is we're going to build a big dome underwater around it, and then it'll lead off to like different sections with like these nice glass tunnels. So, you know, I think it's an interesting idea. Alright, well, instead of wasting time, I'm going to grab some of this stuff. I'm going to get more golden carrots from the farmer. And I guess what we can do is we can just go and scout out different locations of ocean monuments. Because we've passed a bunch in this world. We've seen a bunch, especially whenever we're heading, I think that direction. Not super sure. And you can tell I'm tired whenever I just said, yeah, we're going to trade with the villager. Anyways. Thank you, Gary. Useful as always. Come here, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for depleting our rotten flesh abundance. Now that was an accident. Okay, if you want to make a big tower to world height, do it before 1.7. 1.7? Or are you talking about 1.17? Because I heard that the building height is going to be increased. But low-key, I feel like I should, if anything, wait so that I can build a tower even larger. Because I'd be down to build a tower. Or what we could do is we could build the base right now, and the base would just be to the build limit. And then whenever they increase the build limit, like all the way up there, I'll just like continue building it. Yeah, I still don't know what I would do with it besides just have a really big tower. Which I realize is kind of dumb. But you know, like, it'd be kind of funny. Just have a big tower. Anyways, so yeah. You know what I considered doing? I considered, like, for streams, we start listening to classical music, because classical music, for the most part, has no, like, copyrights on it, because it's, like, you know, the owners have died, and also copyrights expire after a certain period of time, like 80 years, I think. So, make it a big storage tower. That's not a bad idea, but at the same time, we're still going to have an automatic storage system inside our base here. It's not going to be like here, but it's going to be an automated storage system that sorts things for us. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. Anyways, so let me pull out, this is my coordinates book, my little notepad. So on this world, I have only a handful of things written down for it, actually. For one, I have our base location. I have something that's at 858 and negative 380. It just says Z and S next to it. I'm going to go find out what that is. And then I also have the stronghold written down. I'm going to go find out what one of these is. So we got to go this way and this way. So we gotta go northeast. See a village. Oh, that's right. It's ZS. I'm assuming for a zombie spawner. And this seems to be right above a cave. I put fire aspect on this? No, he lit on fire because he just came above ground. They're still alive. I'm assuming it's for a zombie spawner. And if it is, there's a chance that I didn't find it above ground, but I found it below ground while mining. So we might not even be able to find it right now. But I do believe... Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's always a funny, like, court case to hear. Mickey Mouse just being like, you know what? Nah. Copyright infringement? Nah. So... I know it's dark. But that's just part of the fun. I really should put on my chest plate. And pull out some food. And put my golden apples in my hotbar. Being very reckless right now. It actually does have a Y written on it, so it says 62. So it should actually be on the level. Should have paid attention to that. Idiots. Sup, loser. Oh, I don't know. Good question. I mean, I'd assume, you know, someone like Walt Disney, but I don't know. Oh. That could have been bad. Stay where you are. And die. Anyways, before we waste too much time in here, I'm gonna get back out. I see a light up there. I no longer have my Elytron. Nice. I want to find out where I'm pointing to. So it's negative 380. So over here. Negative 380. And it's 858 at Y62. I'm a mad scientist who could have just gone down this hole. So there's a zombie spawner here. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to be more specific. I don't have a way to write this down, though. It was... Is that, like, Flickr Studio? Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like Walt. What a mad lad. Anyways, now that we solved the mystery of what Z and S stand for, I think I should have figured that out on my own, but whatever. Don't you love whenever the beacons just pop into existence? Hello, home. Home sweet home. Just gonna take a bit of a nap. People are texting me. It's hilarious. Stop it. It's okay, because it's my brother. It's a picture of a guy wearing Crims, which are Tims and Crocs mixed together. And Keegan, to answer your question, I'd rather not, as I do enjoy my current room. And I would most definitely get kicked out of the house for doing something as stupid as that. Tims, they're like these boots. They were a bit of a fashion fad thing. And for a good chunk of time, people were like, "Yo, Tims." Yeah, it's spelled like Tims. Pretty sure I spelled it wrong, but here I'll pull up a Google image of it. Huzzah, these are Tims. So they mixed this and Crocs together somehow. Yeah, pretty atrocious if you ask me. I don't know why I carry so many arrows with me, considering I have an infinity. Lick the floor? Nah. My room's relatively clean, but I'd still prefer not to. You have a lot of weird requests for a guy who's just trying to play Minecraft. Hey, Blaze. No, they weren't angry because it's a morning shift, so there was like nothing going on.
Are you working a double?
A split. She's at the park with the girls. I think they went down the street. She drove though because it's cold. Yeah, it'd be like that. You're in a silly mood, yeah. I could kind of guess that. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. I should give y'all some flowers. Hey. Yes, the bee population will continue to rise again. Wait. Bee. Small child bee. Yeah. Invaded the stream. Well, this is also his room, so be a bit of an issue if I just kicked him out every time I streamed. Yeah. What's funny is we actually have, like, for some reason we have Red Bulls that sit behind the bar that you can buy at work and stuff like that. It's mainly for customers, but the thing is, like, I was really tempted to be like, yo, can I just buy one today? I was actually thinking about it, but then, like, my shift was already over. Alright, well, we need to find the chords for a couple different ocean monuments. So, what direction should I head? Because I feel like I've explored this direction the most. So I think if I head in this direction, we'll probably find some of them. Because we've seen a bunch in this world. We just, you know, haven't really been doing much with them. Because we haven't been taking down the coordinates for the most part. Yeah, we haven't been taking down the coordinates at all. Yeah, so we head this direction a lot because there's a village over here we've been using to get enchantments out of. This village in particular. I should pick up some of those flowers. On the way back, that is. Hey. I see 2 bees. Two bees. I haven't found the hive just yet. Oh. Aw. It'd be cool if your flame arrows could do, like, grazing damage. Oh, there's 3 bees here. That means if I could get this nest, I would get the achievement for moving a nest that has 3 bees in it. Just gotta find it. Obviously, I'd also have to get them inside of it somehow, but I don't know. Whatever, we'll come back to it if I remember. Ow. Hey, here's another one that I'd already raided. That is gross. It's because I like bees. At some point, we're going to spend an entire stream just playing with bees. I mean, we kind of did that last stream anyways, but we'll have a stream dedicated to bees. Hey, guys. Hey. Hello. Hi. Bamboo forest. Another flower forest. Birch forest. Dark oak biome. Well, I wouldn't put it like that because that sounds creepy. Put it more like a beekeeper, because that's you know, more normal. Yeah. It just be like that sometime, spending a whole stream flying. I've done quite a bit of time in this world flying around, but we haven't done too much adventuring. Because the thing is, like, we've seen a good chunk of this world, but I don't think we've done, like, adventuring. If you know what I mean. I don't think what I said makes sense. But you know. Matters not. Nice little, like, bay area. Get into an ocean area. Maybe we'll see an ocean monument or two. We have a desert biome. I need to start taking down biomes, because biomes are also important. If we have a desert biome, This one is a bit... someone's calling me. Give me a second. Hello? Nope. Yeah, no. Not right now. That was hilarious. The guy called and he was like, hey, is the man or is the head of the household there? And I was like, no. And he was like, I mean, like, head, you know, lady or man of the household? And I was like, no, not right now. And he was like, oh, sorry, no message then, we'll just try back later. So I can't wait for that call later. Our family used to make a joke that we should just start hissing at people who call us. Anyways, I'm going to take down the coordinates of this desert. Because I wouldn't mind having another portal over here. Yeah, it was a scam caller. I mean, technically not necessarily a scam caller. It could have just been a telemarketer, but I mean, I treat them the same. Because I'm not really interested. Anyways, I'm going to mark down the coordinates. A little bit of drowned area over there. I do not have pen, so I can't write it down in booklet. So I'm going to be using my notes like I have for a handful of things. So I have a notepad on my phone that has two things in it right now. It has a village and it has the Bastion Fortress. Now it has a desert biome in it. I don't know. The thing is, I don't really want to take it. I don't want to like destroy biomes, because the thing is, like, you can do a lot of stuff with sand. So a lot of people in Minecraft, what they'll do is they'll find a desert biome and like rip it to shreds. And as down as I am for that, I don't want to have a desert biome right next to my house that's like really weirdly shaped because there's no sand on it. Hey guys. There it is. Wow, y'all don't have anything fun. L. That's what you get. Get what you deserve. Oh, that's a trident. That's a trident. That's a trident. I don't like trident. I don't like trident. I don't like trident. Especially since we're not wearing our chest plate. It wouldn't one-shot us, but it also wouldn't be very kind to us. I remember seeing nether portals like that and like diving down for them. I have my silk touch pick on me. I can actually pick up the come here. Not saying I'm gonna steal your children, but I am. I don't know what's happening, but it's kind of weird. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. These are actually useful to have because whenever we set up a drowned farm in the future, don't know how soon, but it will be soon enough, we actually need turtle eggs. Yeah, my nefarious plans have succeeded. I'm stealing from, you know, the new parents. No more child for them. They have lost child privileges. So I can't believe I still haven't found an ocean monument yet. There's another nether portal that I probably already went into. I'm gonna run over to this broken nether portal, see if it has anything on it, and then I think I'll head back. Doesn't really have anything on it. Not anything cool. L. You take L's. Here, let's shoot this witch in the head. Whoops. Aimed a little high. Look, she's gonna take a fire resistance potion and a swiftness potion. Leave me alone. Wow, wow. I don't like this anymore. Also, do you like how a creeper blew up right behind me and it only took half my health, even though I'm not even wearing a chest plate? Lol. Mobs are such a joke once you get your armor. Crying obsidian is kind of cool, but I can get that pretty easily. Because there's a lot of broken nether portals that we see near our base, or near-ish, so... Well, so I did I did an internet speed test right before I started the stream, because, you know, I don't want to start a stream and have my internet die, or, like, start a stream and have my internet be so bad that, like, it's unwatchable. So I did a speed test, and the speed test was, like, 100 megabytes of download, and I was like, that's a lie. That's just a lie. I was watching anime throughout the night, and I was getting, like, trash speed. I could barely load an episode. And it's gonna go ahead and tell me that I had 100 megabyte download speed. Yeah, that's just a lie. And then the upload speed was, you know, pretty accurate. It was like, oh, here's your 10 megabytes. Yeah. You really barter with piglins for crying obsidian. Sorry, what? I already did that multiple times.
This stream?
Not this stream. No. Yeah. I mean, I guess crying obsidian is kind of cool. I mean, I wasn't, but that's because I pulled an all-nighter. I just didn't really want to respond because I didn't know when I was going to stream next. Yeah, but Landon does have a point. You probably shouldn't try to at someone every time you message, because it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf situation. Like, if you at someone every time you message them, it's gonna get to a point where you're like, you won't get fast responses anymore because people aren't gonna assume it's like a big deal. So if there's like something cool that you want to say at some point and you're like, oh, I really need them to, like, to see this fast or something like that, and then you tag them and you've been tagging them every time you message them, it's likely that they'll just be like, oh, it's probably just another message, I'll get to it when I get to it. There is a bee's nest, and the thing is, it is nighttime, so theoretically... Oh, this bee is coming home. We're trying. What are you doing? Bees are supposed to, like, go inside at nighttime. Okay, that one went inside. I saw one over here. Did he go inside? Well, hi. Okay, well, I hear some inside. I saw a bee out here a second ago. Don't bother me, I'm talking to the bees. So you chose death. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna take this. Even if it doesn't have all the bees, it at least has, you know, one in there. And that's good enough for me. It's some growth still. I also clearly didn't get the achievement, meaning there weren't 3 in there, but that's fine. Also, we have another flower forest we're going to pass by that I'm going to grab a bunch of flowers from. Yeah, that's weird. Not going to do that. Alright, I'm gonna see how well this works. I'll just go down there and collect some flowers. Not too bad. Well, that got me a couple flowers. Probably could have done it faster by hand. Thought that might have been a good idea to try, though. I don't know. I think, you know, it would be cool if, you know, like, you know how, like, some YouTubers will have, like, a bunch of different, like, there's a bunch of different YouTubers on, like, one server. I think it would be cool if I got on one of those servers and I just lived in the nether. Like, my base was in the nether. I was set up in the nether. I had a small base in the overworld specifically, like, for sleeping and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just lived in the nether. I think that would be fun. Because you basically can do it. You know, you can use Crimson, the Crimson Forest, like the trees in there for wood. You can use Warped Fungus. Oh, sorry, bro. Didn't mean to distract you. Still have a lead on me. I don't anymore. Never mind. I was about to say I could grab him and take him back home. Wow. There we go. Yeah, I'm basically just, you know, God. Like I said, I don't care if people come in my room when I stream. Like, it's an issue if they come in and start yelling and stuff, but, like, for one, it's his room. And two, if people, like, need to tell me something, I'm fine with them coming in. What is funny, though, is my mom doesn't like to interrupt my streams, so she'll text me. And I've told her, like, she can come in, like, tell me whatever, it doesn't matter. Because I'm almost never doing anything that's, like, super crazy or, like, super important. And, like, you know, she can't interrupt, like, it is almost never something like that. Yeah, it's also a weird punishment. You know, not really into that. This is where I'm collecting all of them. So anytime I want to breed some bees, I'll just grab flowers off the ground. Makes things easier. Yeah. Anyways, well, I got a new bee's nest. You know what that means. Gotta set up a little area for it, including the campfire. And I've seen more efficient ways to fight a tree. Well, I think I just want to fight with a tree. I am holding its, you know, dismembered body. But yeah, I realize this isn't the most efficient form of a bee farm. But, you know, I kind of like it. I think I might have only captured one with that one. That's fine. Do I have a crafting table up here? I do. Nice. I just happen to have one coal on me. That's awesome. And the reason why I'm putting the fires back out is because I don't want the bees to fly in there. And you may be thinking, oh, they're not that dumb. They won't do that. They do that very often, actually. They're very bad about it. Anyways, but we got 6 different hives. I think we might only have 6 or 7 bees anyways, but that's fine. In the near future, we'll breed more of them. We'll have a nice little colony of bees. Just vibing, you know. I need to keep track of time, because basically the way this works out is an hour from now will be, you know, 4:30 for me, which is 30 minutes before I have to go on my shift. So I'm basically timing it so that I give myself, like, you know, about an hour of rest in between shifts and then 2 hours of streaming, because it's literally like I have a 3-hour break because I'm working a split shift, which means I work like I work the same amount of hours I normally would in a day, except it's just split into 2 different shifts. So like I had a really short shift this morning because I, you know, showed up late, but also because it would have only been 3 hours anyways. And then in the afternoon, it's going to be 5 to cut, which is probably going to be like 4, maybe 5 hours, maybe 5 hours. Probably, you know, 4.5. Yeah, it's kind of a weird schedule because it feels like it takes up more time. Because the thing is, it's not like in between shifts I can just relax and like get like comfortable and everything. Because it's not like, I don't know. Because it is 3 hours, so I do got a good chunk of time. But at the same time, like, it's only 3 hours. You're going back to work today. You know, with a normal shift, it's like a normal shift for me would be something like 2 to cut. Or maybe 5 to cut by itself. So like pretty short. That means in the morning I could do something. With a split shift, it means I can't do anything all day. Unless I want to do it really, really early or in that short period of time in between shifts. Nice. I've been hanging out with a couple friends recently. It's pretty fun. We're missing one of our buddies though. It's kind of sad. Because he stayed on campus to work through the break. So he's not even coming home for Christmas. So we're kind of all missing him. And then another one of our buddies is at boot camp for the Marines. So we're kind of, you know, waiting. Egg. I should probably put this away somewhere. Egg is valuable. So the main objective was to find an ocean monument, and we haven't done that at all. But we got another nest, another beehive. I'm hitting a bit of a wall with my consciousness because I'm obviously still very under, like, you know, still very tired to say the least, because I didn't sleep as much as I should have in the first place. There he goes. Iron Golem to his death. Nah, that's weird. I'm really just vibing out right now. Do you like how high energy I was at the start of the stream and then I like immediately died? Yeah. Cineris gold. That's pretty funny. We do have quite a bit of like, you know, like ores. You know, gold, iron, even diamond. But I mean, we only have 26 blocks of diamonds. We could get more. I could turn this into a mining stream. I'd kind of be down for that. Nah, that's weird. Don't do that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I have almost a stack of gold blocks. I got a bunch of emerald blocks because I have a whole beacon made out of it downstairs. And then obviously I got 26 diamond blocks. Oh no, I think it'd be fun if we just did some mining. Yeah, that's kind of a weird misclick. But I mean, I guess that's good it was a misclick, because that would be weird. I don't like that. Benjamin, my salmon, my fish, Benjamin, cat. Oh, this energy right here was me for like the last handful of hours during the super stream I did almost a year ago. Because what I did, the super stream was in March last year, like early March, I think. Yeah, I think, maybe, I don't know. But like, it was supposed to be a 24-hour stream. It only ended up being like almost 12. Your typical nether highway is nothing. Kind of confused by that, but okay. Why? Huh. So very tired. So very tired. I don't know. Maybe we should just move the beacon downstairs a little bit more, and then we, you know, keep mining. Expand our bunker even more than it already is. I think that would be fun. We can do that. Actually, what I want to do is I want to kind of leave the materials for the beacon in place, because I don't really feel like moving that many blocks. So we'll just have like areas for the beacons to sit on that are set up. 164 blocks, I believe, is that. Wow. Alrighty. So I'm thinking, maybe we go that way, maybe we go that way. I mean, we could go that way. I don't know. I kind of forget the range on this thing. Because basically what I want to do is I want to figure out the range, and then I want to double the distance in between the current beacon and where I'm putting the next beacon. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. Wrong one. It's this one. Oh my gosh. I'm barely holding it together. That'll do. I'm not paying attention. Give me a second to look at the chat. You never understood making an axe in Minecraft? Well, I mean, a lot of people would actually argue that it makes more sense to battle with an axe than it does a sword, because the axe does give, like, quite a few advantages. For one, you can break your opponent's shield. Ooh, well, you can break their armor faster, for one, because it deals more damage. Two, you can like, whenever you hit an opponent and they're using a shield, it forces them to basically, like, let their shield down for a second. So, I mean, the way I would probably use an axe is I would lead with an axe, switch to my sword. That's probably what I'd do. But yeah, apparently this range only reaches, like, a couple blocks after this, like right here. Nope, a little bit further. Yeah, like right here, so. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like right here. Yeah, it's this block. So that means... Okay, we're on the z-axis, going this direction. So we're at 117 here. Not affected by it. $168. So its reach is 50 blocks. Did you win yet? I don't know. I mean, what type of winning are you talking about? Alright, I think we need to do... We need to go to Z67, and then that's where the center of the beacon is going to be. So, just gotta keep going this direction, and theoretically I should be able to mine out the entire area in between the two beacons with the beacon effect, as well as further past it. Theoretically, it's either that or my math's bad. So this is the center of where the beacon needs to go. I need to light up this area. So right here, and there's gonna be 4 layers, so I might as well just do it this way. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beacon goes on top of this. I just gotta mine out the area. I mean, I guess you can say it, but I'm not gonna do it. So that's weird. People don't do that. the very least, they shouldn't do it. Excuse you, jerk. Ugh, nerve some people. Yeah, this should be right. Excuse me. You don't get to just come in whenever you want. Oh. No, you get to stay over there. I guess I should light this area up. Excuse me. Oh, that's a bigger cave than I expected. You know what I kind of wish? I wish flame arrows would actually give off light in game. You know, like I know Optifine can make it look like they give off light, but I wish they would give off light, like, realistically. Like, I think it'd be interesting if you could make torch arrows where they cost a torch and then normal arrow supplies to make, but you get the benefit of them lighting an area up. And they'll also stay there and stuff like that. Yeah, I know. There's a creeper. I'm still sad about the fact that once I moved down my dorm, I didn't have a place to hang up my creeper, like, towel. Because it was a beach towel I just threw up on a door behind me. Ugh, that was sad. Breaks me heart. Alrighty. Well, I mean, I don't think you would get to use infinity with it. I think they would have to, you know, put some holds on it. You know, obviously everything gets nerfed in some degree. The same way you can't have mending and infinity on the same bow anymore. Yeah, I know what you meant for me to say. I just didn't feel like doing it, bro. Like, it's just not today. Not one of them days, you know. Clearing this area out would be so much easier if I had a beacon. Which I think is hilarious, you know, you set up a beacon and while you're setting it up, you're like, wow, I wish I had a beacon. Yeah, I like the bow better than the crossbow as well. I think that's most people's opinion, but the crossbow does have a couple things that are going for it. You know, piercing, obviously, multi-shot's cool. But besides that, there isn't a huge amount of allure to me. I guess I never thought about that. I didn't realize crossbows couldn't get an infinity. This is kind of the issue of trying to build a beacon and hollow out the area at the same time. You should really hollow out the area and then build the beacon. It makes it a lot less complicated. It's easier to understand what's happening. I think I need a couple more blocks. Running short by like 3, I think. Or 4, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so 2 stacks and 36 gets you a fully powered one. You got a boat from fishing? Yeah, fishing is a really good way of getting stuff. That's the thing, Cursive Vanishing really doesn't matter, especially in hardcore. In normal Minecraft, yeah, I guess it can be irritating, but, you know, you can always get a new bow. What I'm thinking about doing is I'll probably, get some wood from up here, make a massive amount of chests, and then get started, you know? Do I have a normal stack of just one type of wood? Come on. I know I have extra chests sitting around somewhere. There it is. Anyways, yeah, we're just gonna, you know, go build an area. I'll go grab some iron. Nice. So the funny thing is, our school uses GroupMe. Or my old high school used GroupMe to communicate for teams and stuff like that. I'm still part of the team's GroupMes for like baseball, soccer, I don't think football anymore, and like speech and debate. So I'm a part of a bunch of the GroupMes. Yeah, it's hilarious. I just got a text about baseball. That's the reason why I mention it. Alrighty. There we go. And also, once I get down there, I'm gonna move the beacon over here from where it is currently to over there. And then I'm gonna dig down to it so that I can, you know, activate it. Lol, yeah. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I don't do too much exploring where I can't find my way home. That's just kind of me, though. Because I can understand why it can definitely get difficult if you don't know where you're going. And the, you know, keep inventory and, like, just dying is, like, the ultimate way of getting home. Because even if your bed was destroyed, you're still going to be, you know, spawned back where you probably have already been before. Alright, 233 and 67. You do a lot of exploring, yeah. I don't have any glass, do I? Do I have any leftover glass? I need like a singular pane. There we go. It's not a big deal, but I'd prefer to have it, you know, so that, you know, I don't like randomly just fall in. The thing is, I won't die from the distance, but I'd still prefer not to do it. Okay, 233 and then 67. should be this. The reason why I'm okay with digging straight down is, for one reason, it's because I know what's below me. There's a small chance of lava being below me in between the two areas, but it's pretty small because the thing is, lava normally spawns at like Y level 12, which that beacon is set up right above it. So if I were to, like, you know, fall into lava, I probably would have already found it. Yeah. Anyways, oh, I have an emerald on me, that's perfect. Boom. Haste to beacon setup. So it should reach out to here, but then not any further than that. And I might move the beacon that's over next to the newer house. Yeah, so in here, I should start, yeah, losing it. Yeah, I've done that before. That's always fun, you know. Stealing villages. I mean, what do they need it for? Living? Not that they'll be doing much of that. Yeah, I think that's like, I think customizing things that are already in the game is just something people should do in the first place, because it's so much fun. You're literally taking parts of the game as they are, and you're making it more towards your liking, which I think is cool. I think that's the reason why making custom biomes and stuff like that's always been cool in my mind. Just kind of wish I was better at it so that we could do it. Yeah. So you cleaned it up a bit, to say the least. That's good. I don't know, I kind of like mossy cobblestone, just touches of it everywhere. That stuff's nice. I realize I'm using a pickaxe on a chest. There we go. Perfect. We got a wall of chests. And I'll put another one on the back for now. Or for, I guess, later. Yeah, I think, for me, having a villager center that I've created is generally, like, it's just gonna, it's like a staple of each world for me. Because without them, I normally can't do much. Which is kind of what I want to make the villager center we have a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna place all of our chests now, instead of wasting time later. There we go. We got a massive amount of chests, but that's fine, because we're gonna use it. we'll just make the first couple just for stone, I guess. And the other ones, it really doesn't matter what goes in them. Alrighty then. Now we can actually start clearing out more of the bunker. Your first sword was a diamond sword, lol. I mean, that is kind of like a way to go, you know? Not waste any resources until you absolutely need to. I kind of feel that, because, I mean, I normally don't make a sword very early on. I normally just make an axe, and I'll fight with the axe, and I'll collect resources with the axe. And normally that's all I do, you know, until later on when I do get a diamond sword. But I think normally I'll grab myself an iron sword as well. Alright, we need to find the boundaries so that we can kind of make an outline of where we should be digging, so it's easier than just, you know, swinging a pickaxe wildly. Do hear a lot of lava to our right, which we'll probably end up running into. There it is. We got a nice little lava lake here. That's not a huge deal because we can just pour a water bucket over it. It is rather large though. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 50 blocks out this direction. That's it. I don't know what that is. So now we're on the x-axis. So this is 233. So we should go to 283. The irritating thing is right at the start there's a lot of just like trying to find the area where you end. So this should be the end of where we go. So if I go all the way back this way, I can basically find where the other part of the bunker is, and that'll be a good indication of the reach, because the reach of this beacon should be just at the edge of where the reach of the old beacon was, meaning we should like be at the edge of the bunker. Yeah. Well, yeah, I like whenever, you know, you can get pretty good luck right off the bat. Find something like, you know, diamonds in a blacksmith. Idiots. Okay, they're all fighting. I'll get to them later. Block that up, light up the cave, so we don't have to deal with too much trouble. That'll be irritating later. That might cause a problem later as well. I'll ignore that zombie for now. What's your favorite thing about Bedrock Minecraft? You know, I've actually seen quite a few clips recently of Bedrock Minecraft where people have these weird glitches. Will it be a massive amount of gravel in one place? So it'll be a massive gravel deposit. Got another zombie spawner, that's kind of cool. It's the second one we found. Or actually third one because we use a zombie spawner. Quick charge, diamond horse armor, saddles, some pumpkin seeds. Yeah, we can come back to that later. That zombie villager survived. That means he killed both the skeletons, or at least one of them, after the other skeleton killed. Yeah. So this skeleton probably helped kill the other skeleton the zombie was trying to kill. Oh, the thing that makes Axis better is not in... That's right, because Bedrock doesn't have the combat update that everyone else has. Meaning you can spam click. That's the only reason why Axes are better, that's true. That is a fair point. I don't know. A lot of people who, you know, there's plenty of people who don't like the combat update, but there's also plenty of people who enjoyed it because they were like, oh, it's a little bit cooler, makes PvP a bit more strategic instead of just like who can spam click fastest. Which also made it a little bit harder for people to use like clicker hacks. Like where people download auto clickers and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, we only got like 30 minutes left of the stream. I don't know. I actually played on PC. Whenever Blaze and I did the multiplayer world, I was playing Bedrock on my PC because I got Bedrock for my computer, and he was playing on his Xbox. So I actually didn't use a controller because, if I'm being honest, I'm horrible with controller. I like used to play PlayStation 1 and 2 as a kid, but like I never really could control controllers besides those games that I played on that. So I mean, I played one of my friends got Cyberpunk. I played Cyberpunk on his PlayStation, and it was atrocious. Like, not because of the fact that a lot of people are like calling for bugs and glitches, because I mean, he had the PS4 Pro, so it actually ran really well, or pretty well at least. The main issue is I don't have any ability to control things when it comes to using a controller. It's just, you know, I'm not used to it. Yeah. I mean, he has one that's, you know, just a connection, and he also has a wired one. So he has both. That's the funny thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who, like, grew up playing consoles, and they've always played more console than computer. And there's a lot of people who are the exact opposite. I'm just one of the people who grew up playing a little bit of console, but I very quickly transitioned over to computers and, like, almost never touched a console since. Which is one of the reasons why I'm not super, like, crazy about getting a new gen console. It's because I don't really have a need for it. I still think it'd be fun if I did, you know, because then I could cross-platform with more friends than I normally do. Yeah. It's just kind of one of those things. You know, I don't think I'm ever going to be good at playing on console. Not that I'm amazing at playing PC in the first place, but I do think I'm probably going to get the next gen console at some point. I don't want to right now because, you know, I just came back from a semester of spending money at college without having a job there, so it kind of didn't kill me financially, but I'm not exactly in the state where I want to spend $500. Lol. Yeah, I think I remember Skylanders. I remember seeing a lot of ads for it. Never played it though. You played all the games? Well, yeah. Yeah. There's not many series that I can say I ever like got really into when it came to video games. Because I mean, even if we look all the way back to when I played PlayStation 1 and 2, there was stuff like Crash Bandicoot and Twisted Metal. Both very good games. However, their other games weren't too good. Because I played Twisted Metal 2, and that's like considered the best game from that series. And then I played Crash Bandicoot, but I don't know which one it was. I don't know. It's the one that opens with Insanity Beach. So who knows? Who knows? Not I. That bat just died because of an idiot. That's hilarious. Favorite to least favorite? Yeah, okay. Oh, you know what I've been thinking of recently? So, there have been quite a few people who, have had these like Minecraft servers where they, play with a group of friends, and it's normally like a Minecraft server more recently. And I'm thinking it would be kind of cool, because I mean, GG servers, the place I use to currently get the server that I have working, it's like a private server I've had with my friends for a while. It's right now just normal vanilla. I could make it a Feed the Beast server, which a lot of people are interested in right now. So I don't know. I was kind of considering doing something like that. Then again, I would also have to talk to all the people on there, because they're all making, they all have their own bases and stuff like that. They're still working on, and most of them still really like the world. So until there's a bit more of a push for like a new file, I'm not going to. I already said that. I already said that I wanted to change the file to a Feed the Beast server. I don't think I've said that before. I've mentioned that I wanted to change the file, like update it. But I don't think I've talked about Feed the Beast before. Okay. 1 was the first game. 2 was the third game. 3 was the fourth game. 4 was the second game. 5 was the fifth. And 6 was the last game. I mean, so it sounds like they kind of went in order of how they were made, except 3 apparently did a lot better than... Well, it sounds like 2 just did a horrible job compared to 3 and 4. So they slowly kind of just got worse, it appears. And I think a lot of people would argue that's kind of how games go, but I think that's also because, like, the first game, like, you can never capture, like, the same entertainment and aesthetic that a first game in a series has. It's kind of like with a book. If you've ever read a book series, yeah, the other books in the series, you might like some of the later ones, but that first book always catches your attention, and it's always, like, the best one, in my opinion. There's plenty of books, like, there's plenty of series where I'm like, I actually like the third or fourth, but I think, on average, the first is always going to be considered the best. Just because it normally is the one that catches people's attention. That's when people start liking the series. Well, 2 is like the first game. Okay. Oh. That was kind of frightening. That's why you want to keep your water in your hotbar. But I would like to point out how I didn't take any damage. Yeah. I think it's been mentioned before, but you can legit, like, sit in lava for a solid, like, minute or 2 before you actually die. If it's netherite armor. You beat all of them except for 1. Yeah. I mean, low-key for me, every time I've played a game and I've, like, really been into it and stuff like that, there's always, like, this weird, like, thing where, like, for a solid long period of time, I don't want to beat the game because I'm like, I don't really want to end, you know, what I've been playing. And because of that, there's some games where I just, like, haven't beaten them before because I'm like, I probably could go back and beat them, but I just don't want to. So I'm just now thinking about it. If, for example, that lava pit was deeper, and whenever I put on my water bucket, it pushed me underneath the obsidian, I have a plan for what I would have done. First off, would have mined out to the left, would have placed my ender chest, pull out a fire resistance potion, and then I would have 8 minutes to think and get out. Yeah. Once you get a foundation in the game, it is harder to die. Like, legitimately harder. That's why you didn't beat it? Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. Seem to have a bit of a ghost block. There we go. Got rid of it. Can't jump. That's kind of weird. I don't know. I think most good games have some sort of platforming aspect to them. There's some games who like kind of overplay it, where it's like Because there's some games who like that aren't advertised as platformers that are like, wow, this is just a platformer game with like some plot in the background. And that kind of irritates me sometimes. But at the same time, like, there's some games where it's like an adventure game, but there's a little bit of platforming every once in a while, and it's kind of like, it's like refreshing and it's used well. But then there's other games. Really take my own advice. Literally talks about how you should keep your water bucket in your like in your hotbar, and I already took it out of my hotbar. So you can jump, but it's not, no, yeah. I feel that. There's some games where it's like they try to act like a platformer, but then they have really bad dynamics to it like that, where it's like, oh yeah, we're a platformer, but like the jump animation is really trashy, and like it's not like you can even jump well, so it's not like a smooth platforming. It's kind of like a, you have to like finesse it every time. That's hilarious. I mean, one of the games that comes to mind, but this is just because I've been playing it more often, is Portal. It doesn't really have a platforming aspect to it. It definitely has more of a puzzle than anything. But you can jump in the game. And, you know, jumping can be utilized every once in a while. But I think they do it pretty well because, for one, there's not much of a reason to be jumping. Not very often, at least. So because of that, you know, it doesn't really matter if you jump very much or like jump very high or anything like that, because it's not like you're going to be using it very often. So they were kind of smart with it, because they didn't have to like go very deep into the like into platforming mechanics and stuff like that, because there wasn't much platforming in their game. So jump pads get higher, yeah. And that's what I kind of mean, like, some games where there's just stuff like that, I'd still consider that, you know, using aspects of platformers. So if they do it, like, well, it's kind of good. If you played single player, okay. So we need to go to 17 over here, I believe, at least. Boom. And there should be another corner of its extent, or its reach of power. Yeah. There we go. Be hard to get the game. Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of one of the downsides to like just video games in general is like there can be some really nice games that you really enjoy, but the thing is, like, if there's not a strong enough of a community behind it and there's not enough funding, the company can like just go down and not make another one. Or even like if the company just gets bought by another video game developer or like a video game developing company, they could just like tank the whole idea of like a certain video game that you might really like, you know? It was a Toys to Life game. Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah. Because I always thought it was kind of cool that you could like buy characters, you'd plug it in, and then all of a sudden you'd have the character in the game. I think that's an interesting aspect of it. I don't know. At the same time, I can see why some people didn't like it. It's because you'd have to buy a whole thing just to plug in new characters and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, you know, having to buy hardware to play a video game is kind of irritating. So I can see that. Yeah. It sounds like, well, I'm not necessarily saying the game shut down, but whenever like gaming companies become under new management and stuff like that, it's generally like certain projects that the old like owners or like the old company used to really prioritize and stuff like that can get pushed to the side pretty often. And a company might just go, well, I actually like this idea better. And they completely ignore, like, older, you know, video game ideas. From that company, at least. Because, I mean, like, we all know how long it takes to develop games sometimes. Like especially with Cyberpunk just now coming out. Like, that thing was in development for, like, 8 years. So it's kind of easy to tell, like, that if a video game's been in development for long enough and a new company takes over the developing company and goes, I don't see this making us money very well, they could just go, I guess we aren't going to have this video game anymore. The minimum number of years to beat the game is 3 because the starter pack you got is 3. That's hilarious. I mean, I guess that's a good way to format it. So it's kind of like, yeah, at some point you're going to have to get characters, but you're not going to have to get any more characters after that. So that's kind of nice. I know, like, there's plenty of games where, like, you can be really good at it without paying money. Like, for example, if you take Valorant or Rainbow Six Siege or Warzone, anything like that, all those games, you can buy, you know, different agents or skins and stuff like that. But you can also earn them for the most part. Like, Siege, not as much. Siege is more of like a, if you want a different agent, you can buy it. But you can still be other agents with the, like, the basic ones you get when you start. So I kind of like games like that. Oh, every game had a new feature. It's cool. Yeah, because you kind of want to differentiate on products, because I mean, take for example the Apple Watch Series 3 versus the Apple Watch Series 4 and 5. Series 4 was like discontinued basically because it was too similar to Series 5. Because whenever the Series 5 came out, there wasn't enough newer features. There was no reason for people to buy it. So what Apple did was they got rid of the Series 4 and said, oh, it's discontinued. So you can still buy a Series 3 and a Series 5, but Apple no longer like sells Series 4s. At the very least, they're not producing them anymore. You can still get them online and stuff like that, though. And it's all just because they, you know, basically made a new watch that didn't have anything newer, cooler, better than the other one. But it's also still more expensive. Oh, the characters were thick. They got some thick characters, yeah. Video games do be like that sometimes, you know, getting some thick characters. And strong. Yeah, that's the side note. They're thick, but I guess they're also strong. We're coming pretty close to the end of the stream. Yeah. I basically just wanted to stream today because I know I'm not able to stream super often now because for one, I'm working, and two, you know, Wi-Fi not good anymore. But there we go. Alright, yeah, but they had a sheep character. That's pretty, I don't know. I think there's some like cool character designs from a lot of different games I've seen, but I think whenever they kind of like, when they take a pretty common like creature or something like that and kind of change it in a different way, I think it's a little bit more creative. Or at the very least, I think like people kind of like it more often. We have Spectrum. That's why it's kind of in and out sometimes. And what's irritating is parts of the town we're in have like the ability to like get fiber optics. Where we are, we don't have the choice. mean, I guess that's not a huge thing though, unless that's like kind of like a fundamental part of the game, but I can't imagine it being like a massive change for them to change like bugs and trees. I mean, you could take Minecraft for example. Whenever they changed from the old textures of like wheat and like the way gold and diamonds look. I mean, that's what I kind of find cool about this. You can do the default, which is the newer one, and then you can do the classic one instead. So it's gonna reload it, and then you'll see the classic textures, which doesn't look super different now. But I mean, look at the way the buckets, the carrots, the apples look. Like, these things look very clearly different. Like, the shears look like they used to. So this is what the older textures looked like. It's not a massive difference, but there's a difference. And there's some things that look are like super different, especially gravel. It's easier to tell the difference between the stones with this on. Because it used to be like, I mean, whenever you have the normal one and andesite and stone look pretty similar instead of gravel. Like, look at that. Looks kind of like gravel, but gravel has its very distinctive features. That's pretty funny. It is kind of funny playing with the classic textures on, because like it just, I'm not used to it anymore. Oh, running low on that picks thing. Oh, these look very different. Yeah. Alright. This one has silk touch. I prefer using silk touch whenever I'm doing like the bunker mining, because it's just a little bit better. You like the OG texture pack? Yeah, I do too. Ooh, wheat is the big difference for me. I always think about the wheat whenever I see the different textures. Because it goes from being like a light whitish color to being like brown, basically. We'll go explore the world for different things. Yeah, I mean, that's actually one of the irritations I have with Bedrock. You like, in a lot of different situations, have to pay for certain things that in like Java you just don't have to. So, you know, for me that's just something I don't like. And look at the way the emerald blocks look now. Look at them. That's classic. Iron blocks didn't change much, but emerald blocks. I do like the newer glass. That's something I can agree on. I'm still nostalgic about the old glass though. Actually, I'll go up this way still. Get faster. I do like the change. The toes on dying look hilarious now with the OG textures on. I can't say I had too much experience with them before the new textures came out, because I was never that good at the game until recently. Or, well, I guess I never took it super seriously until recently. I'd play a lot of Minecraft, but I'd kind of monkey about. I wouldn't do anything crazy. Yeah, look at the glass. And it's OG glass. Yeah, this is... And look down. You can see the wheat from here. Look how weird it looks now. You know what I like the idea of? It would be kind of funny if the villagers' textures changed as well. They looked like they used to, where they like all are brown. But that's also like a feature of the game that just changed. Beetroots, wheat, Carrots and potatoes. Carrots and potatoes look hilarious. Yeah, everything's, you know, changed just a tad. Yeah, old melons. I like the way old melons look. If anything, I feel like those are more realistic. Cat. Hello. Do you like how they're all wearing like these green helmets now? I think that is part of the texture pack. Yeah, that's part of the texture pack. It's hilarious. I don't remember them wearing helmets or whatever the heck that's supposed to be. But yeah, look at these melons now. I feel like the old melons that were a little bit more accurate. I mean, I think the texture, like the pattern on this is, I think, a little bit more realistic, but I think the color was better on the other one. That's cool. Yeah. What I find irritating though is it's like so hard to do things on Bedrock. Because you have to do it through an Xbox account and a Microsoft account. Like, recently, there was a purple. That's true. There was a white one. There was a purple one. Most of them were brown though. Yeah. I think there were still nitwits back then too, so there was also green ones if I remember correctly, but I don't know. Brown one with an apron, black robe with black apron. That's true. For the butchers and stuff. Okay, look, that one is literally on the bullseye. See, look, you can see it. That one is on the bullseye. Yeah, I played Minecraft a long time before 1.14. I played before horses were added. So, I played for a while. I didn't have my own account until I think 1.14, because I got my own account like it was the summer before my freshman year of high school, so it was in like 2016. Yeah, but look, that arrow is literally on a bullseye. I should, oh, and it's despawning now, but I should get the achievement for that, because that thing was, it was like on the bottom right pixel. Does it expect you to get like, I don't know, even that's not even on the middle pixel. I don't know what it expects from you anymore. It bothers me. That would just make it harder to... You played when you couldn't use crafting tables in creative. I vaguely remember that. Because I used to play on my brother's account, so I think I played on my brother's account before that was like a thing you could do. So the thing is, I don't want to be close enough to the villagers to get bad omen and then have to deal with them. So I'm gonna get this guy killed real quick. There we go. You will all feel the wrath of William. They're very bold. I mean, they just saw like a bunch of their friends get gunned down in like 1 or 2 shots, and they're still like, charge! Oh yeah, but we need to shoot a pillager with a crossbow. We'll get an achievement for that. Sadly, I don't think we're gonna get another patrol today though. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. Yeah, today was a little bit of a, I don't know, just a bit of a run around. We're kind of expanding the bunker now. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird, warped villager noise. Anyways, yeah. Next stream, I think next stream we'll actually do the enderdragon thing. Where we kill 19 enderdragons. Because that'll be fun. You know, it's a lot of killing, a lot of fighting. This stream was more chill. Because all we did was we kind of like, we're trying to see if we could set up for like some bigger projects. And then we also, you know, basically, what are you prepping for? I mean, I'm kind of preparing for the Ender Dragon fight, but for the most part, we're already prepared because we have basically perfect gear, and we have, yeah, we have all the end crystals we need, because you need 4 end crystals to respawn him once, so we need 76 because we're gonna respawn him 19 times. So, yeah. But anyways, that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed and hope you're able to catch the next stream. But besides that, bye-bye.